Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Become Wealthy. My name is Kelvin Reed, and today is Monday. We got Market Monday open for today. Hopefully, you all were able to make some money today. It was a lot of money to be made, and we also got some major news, right? You already know if you saw my video from Saturday, you know we got earnings this week on top of the bad news that happened today. But before I get into it, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I make videos. All right, let's talk about it. First of all, the day was a green day, right? Today was a green day for the major U.S. indexes. We got the Dow up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get there, right? We got the Dow up 1.34%, S&P 500 up 1.19%, Nasdaq up 0.86%, and the Russell up 0.35%. So we got two good green days, but just below that, look at this, NEO down 15.70%. Down 15.70% after already being beat down. We got ChargePoint, Tesla. And really and truly, we only focusing on the Chinese companies focused on that are in the Hang Seng. Today, the Hang Seng took a beating, and I don't have this entire article because I'm not subscribed to the Wall Street Journal, but I just thought this was a very important piece of information that we should talk about. So if you hold any of these stocks in these foreign countries, then you probably took a beating today. I took a heavy beating today based on NEO. I was able to offset that by trading some options on some other companies. But if I'd have been aware of this earlier today, I'd been make some major money on Baba, NEO, some of the other Chinese, Hang Seng, the Hong Kong stock market companies this morning. But I missed out on those. So let's check it out, right? Hong Kong stock market dies at the China party meeting. And I only got a short snippet, but this is enough. Hong Kong shares faced a wave of selling after the conclusion of the Chinese Communist Party's National Congress meeting over the weekend. The Hang Seng Index fell 6.4%, so their entire index fell 6.4%. That's just like the S&P 500 or the Dow falling 6.4%. That is major blow to the stock market, to the Hang Seng stock market. 6.4% on Monday, the biggest one-day decline since the global financial crisis, according to Wind data. It closed at its lowest level since April 29, 2009. 2009, y'all. That's 13 years. 13 years, man, that is crazy. Shares in mainland China were also down, although not by as much. The benchmark CSI 300 was 2.9% lower, and the Shanghai Composite Index was down around 2%. But some of the major ones that took a beating today were the tech companies. So you all know, I know it's been a while. I know we don't check out our stock heat map as much as we used to, but I always remember come check out your stock heat map, see what's going on around the world, right? See what sectors are doing well. And we come here, and everywhere that you see red is potentially, but for the most part, a company out of the Hang Seng or out of Hong Kong. We have Taiwan Semiconductors down 3.86%. We got Baba down 12.51%. JD.com down 13%. So it's not, isolated to one thing. It's just basically the Hong Kong Hang Seng. PDD, Pinduoduo, Mercador. Tesla even came down a little bit, I think, because of it. Li Auto, Lucid, Rivian, NEO, XPeng, all of these companies taking a beating. And really, like I said, you just see foreign companies. They are, majority of these are the heavy reds are foreign companies, and they took a major beating today. Everything else pretty much fat, dumb, and happy, pretty flat, looking good. But yeah, I didn't even pay attention to Adobe. We see Adobe up with 3% today. But you see how quickly you can come in here and grasp, okay, hey, what companies are doing well today? What companies are doing bad today? And you can view this throughout the day. I know I do it for a quick aftermarket review most times because I have my set stocks that I watch, as well as you should if you're trading options, or if you got, you don't want to be trading everything. You want to have your select few that you really believe in, companies you believe in, and you want to hold on to those hang tight. So with this, should we get out of these foreign companies? You all know I'm a big investor in NEO. This right here, man, this was a major blow to my portfolio today, especially to see this down as big as it was. I was like, my goodness, when I saw it, because again, I'm heavily invested in NEO, of course, for the long term. But when their economy does bad, it really affects my portfolio. It really affects my portfolio. I have a few shares of Bible, and those two things combined really drug my portfolio into the gutters today. So you just gotta keep those things in mind. All right. Let's keep going. On top of that, let's take a look at earnings. What we got on the earnings for tomorrow? Y'all know today was okay. We had Discover Card and after hours could potentially made a move, but it was not gonna move the market like the big dogs we have coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow we got Microsoft and Alphabet, right? In the aftermarket now. On Wednesday, I'm telling you, I'm gonna repeat this now because you gotta keep this in mind. These are the ones we can do YOLO plays on. If y'all want to, y'all let me know in the comments if you want to YOLO something. I'll make a recommendation before the market closes one day. We got Meta. Y'all know that's Facebook. We got Apple and Amazon. So the top 5 companies of the S&P 500, with the exclusion of Tesla, which was last week, are all reporting earnings this week. These are going to be some market movers, whether it's to the upside or the downside. It could be a positive catalyst or a negative catalyst. It depends on how the people digest the information they're given once these companies report their earnings. So I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye on these because, as y'all know, I am actually invested in Microsoft. I'm invested in Alphabet. I am invested in Meta. Although I've taken a crazy beating on Meta, I'm not down so bad as far as Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, or Apple. I am a holder of all of those companies. The SPY got it, and I also got the SPY. I use VTI, so that's the index. Y'all know that's VTI and dividends. Matter of fact, we need to talk about dividends this week. We need to do that. So we're going to talk about dividends again this week. Dividends are stocks or ETFs or companies that pay you for owning their stocks, owning shares of their stock. So if you all want to talk about dividends or what is your favorite dividend, drop that in the chat, right? Drop that in the chat so we can talk about it. What's your favorite dividend company? And I will say BTI. I got a lot. I have a lot of it, but I do have a favorite. It's not favored by a lot of people because the product. But if y'all want to know that, y'all let me know. We can talk about it in the next video. So that's what we got. All right. We already took a look at the market, so we know what's going on there. I want to make sure I got y'all up on everything. We know the Hang Seng taking a beating. We know earnings this week. Also, don't forget, next week we have the Fed meeting. Fed meeting next week, November. I think it's next week, November 2nd. So keep that in mind. Keep that close and dear to your heart because that's going to be another market mover. You all, as of right now, the volatility that we could potentially see in these markets is crazy. And from what I saw today, it was really... especially volatile on some of the smaller companies. I saw Tesla and Facebook were two of the ones I was watching. They came down here and then all of a sudden they shot up after a while. And I saw Meta do the same thing. So let's check out Meta. So I do the same thing. So, it's showing flat here, but on my chart, from what I saw, it was pretty volatile for a day. Okay. So, and y'all, don't let me forget that. The wealthy word for this week, we're gonna use this one twice, right? It's gonna be a repeat because at times like this, nothing's more important than making sure you have a constant flow of income. So dividends. We talked about finances last week. Hopefully you all sorted out your finances. You got all that in order. This week we need to start looking at our dividend paying companies. If you are going to be investing long term, which as of right now could be a great time. I'm not saying this is the bottom. I'm saying this could be a great time to get into those things. So dividends, make sure you have some dividends in your portfolio. Make sure you're getting paid for owning these companies. Make sure you're not just taking L after L after L as the stock market continues to come down. Make sure that they pay you as it comes down, and maybe that'll balance out some of your things, balance out some of your losses, right? So that's really all I have for y'all today. I could talk about more, especially with the Elon and Tesla and Twitter thing going on right now. However, I'm going to leave that till we get some more confirmation on tomorrow. I do think that's going to be some really crazy stuff. I guess I will mention that if Elon does buy Twitter, they will not be reporting earnings. Not this time around. They'll be reporting, I think, the next quarter or something of that nature. So keep that in mind. Don't do anything to Twitter. Don't do anything Twitter until you get some confirmed news. And this purchase could be, if you are a Tesla or a Twitter fan, this purchase could be a major up or downside move for both of those companies in the stock market. So keep your eyes on those. Always watch the news. Twitter is always a good place to go see what they're talking about. Or you just check CNBC or Google Finance, whatever the case may be. So So that's what I have for y'all. I thank y'all for joining the Journey to Become Wealthy. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys later.